Hello and welcome to the podcast. Now, today's episode, we're going to talk about qualification, disqualification, and data discipline. Now, these are topics that people who have been listening to the podcast for a while are already familiar with. But before we continue, apologies. I'm in the parking lot. So, there's children running up and down, cars driving by and stuff like that. Just in case you happen to hear any noise that comes in from the background. Now, qualification, disqualification, that's for those of you who are listening for the first time. The You already kind of get an idea about what this might mean. This is a business podcast. This is a sales podcast. So we are preoccupied every day, every week, every month with having conversations with people, and we hope and we pray and we do our best that these conversations are going to lead to money, that they will transfer money at the end of the day. So, qualification and disqualification are important because we don't want to waste time talking to people who are not qualified to receive our attention. Because if you're talking to somebody and obviously the person is disqualified just means the person is not sweet. You know, it's not a contact that is tap. If this person is not a sweet person to talk to, it doesn't matter how much time you're going to spend with this person, you're not going to get any money. You won't get any business because the person is disqualified. So, when we talk about qualification or disqualification, essentially we're talking about the same thing. Qualification just means I'm trying to figure out, is this a sweet potential customer? Does this person have a want or a need for my product or service? Do they need this thing now? Is this something they can afford? Are they ready to pay for it now? Is it a significant enough problem? That is what qualification means. I'm trying to find it out. Disqualification is just when you're coming from the other end of the spectrum. You're coming with the attitude of, look, I don't want to waste my time. So therefore, let me try and find out quick. If this person cannot afford what I want, let me free them. If this person doesn't have a want or a need, let me free them. If they have a want and a need, they can afford it, but they're not sure about whether they'll buy it today or tomorrow, they're not sure about when they're taking action. Let me free them so that I'll not have time to go and start looking at other people. So that is what qualification and disqualification means. Is this person a sweet customer that I should be talking to? Very simple. If this person is not a sweet customer, let me bounce. If this person is a semi-sweet customer, okay, let me follow them the yarn. Let me see how we can make this thing happen. But that's the idea behind qualification, disqualification. Now, what I tell people is we should be trying to disqualify. No time. No time. We should be trying to see as quickly as possible whether we should free these people or not. Now, this is going to be hard to do if you're not talking to many people, which is why I say that lead generation is, having a full pipeline is what we should be doing. Full pipeline just means we have plenty of people that we're talking to. People on the left, people on the right, people up, people down, people everywhere. If we have people that we're talking to, then we can be doing disqualified, like, you know what? Let me not send this person. Let me not send this person. Okay, let me talk to this person. Let me talk to this person. That's if you have plenty of leads. But meanwhile, if you're only talking to one person a week, you'll be afraid to tell somebody that, you know what, this is not a fit. Go and buy someplace else. You'll be afraid. But if you're talking to like five, six people every day, you have liver. You'll be able to tell people without any fear that, look, Bros Chukudi, we've been talking for about 2, 3 days now. And it looks like your needs don't match what it is that we have on inventory. So I think you're better off talking to someone else because I don't think for the problems that you have, excuse me, that for the problems you have, that, my agency or my whatever, or me and my team are going to be able to sort you out. In fact, Mr. Chugudi, if you want, here are a couple of numbers that you can call. You'll be afraid to do that. You want to hang on to this person for dear life because you don't have lead flow. You don't have options. So that's the reason why we should always be doing what we can to make sure that there's always people coming into the business, always people coming into the DMs, always people sending us phone call. You get? So essentially, that is what qualification and discovery is. Now, data discipline just means When you're talking to people, you need to get certain kinds of information on them. Data discipline is what makes qualification and disqualification possible. If you have the right kind of information on somebody, it is then that you will know whether this person is a sweet customer or not. Now, a lot of times when I'm working with people, you can't even tell me whether this customer is sweet or not because you don't even have any information. Okay, you've been talking to this person. Okay, no problem. How long have you been talking to this person? Okay, you've been talking to them for 3 weeks. How did you meet them? I can't remember. What's the problem? Well, they say they want this and this and this. Why do they want it? I don't know. When are they ready to go ahead? I don't know. Do you think it might be next week, next month? I don't know. Did you ask them? No. Why didn't you ask them? I don't know. What is their sense of budget? Oh, I don't know. I gave them an invoice, but we didn't really talk numbers. So that's the problem with a lot of you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You didn't ask them anything. Data is equal to zero. If you don't have data on somebody, if you don't have information on somebody, how are you going to decide whether this is a sweet customer or not? So essentially, this is what we mean when we talk about data discipline. So these are the things we're going to talk about in the next couple of episodes. I have to bring it to a close here because I was waiting for my kids, catechism classes, and they've just rounded up. So let me just hurry up and take off before the other kids look at me and say, "What's wrong with this man? Why is he sitting in the car and talking into a microphone?" Anyway, so the next set of podcast episodes, that's what we're going to talk about: qualification, disqualification, and data discipline. How do we determine? How do we figure out who is a sweet customer that we should be spending time with, or who is a waka pass? Let's just free this person. And then data discipline. What kind of information should we be getting from people so that we can decide who is a good person to spend time with or not? If this is your first time listening to the podcast, my name is Tavishima Ayede. I'm a former lawyer turned business consultant. If you want to connect with me, call me, send me a text message or a WhatsApp message on 080 6466 2140. Thanks for your time and attention. And if you want to join my WhatsApp group so you can get all the PDF summaries, so that if you don't have 20-30 minutes to listen to a podcast episode, but you want to read the podcast summaries and then get all the high points. I mean, no, not high points. What's that word? Key points from there. Then, excuse me, send me a text message on the same number, my WhatsApp message on the same number, 080 6466 2140. So, thanks for your time and attention. I'm out. I'll catch you guys next episode.